All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Unique Adventures. We are out here this weekend doing another one of our awesome campground reviews for you, where we're going to take you mobile site by site. We are out here outside of Cle Elm, Washington. We are at Twentynine Pines Campground, which is nestled between Cle Elm and Wenatchee. It is a DNR campground. You do need a Discover Pass to be here, but other than that, that is all you need. So technically it's kind of a free campground. There are no hookups here, no water, no nothing. Run what you brung to the fullest. They do have Porta Potties on site, and that's pretty much what they have. But there are some cool spots and cool things to note about being here. One, it is extremely quiet. There is a road on this back side here. So some of these sites that trail on this right side, as we start going down, you will probably pick up a little bit of road noise, but it is not that bad. Some of the other pros about this campground: there is a river, the Teanaway River, right on the back side here. We're going to show you a couple of the good spots to have if you want to be really close to that river access. If you want to see more in depth of that river access, definitely check out our vlog video. We'll link it here, so that you can actually see what that looks like. Now, the sites here are not specifically numbered. They're just more, I think of them as more as like pods, or just like, you know, kind of like an area where you can have a site. So keep that in mind. There is no numbers here. When we come into the campground, we're going to be going counterclockwise. This is kind of like a big oval, and so we're going to run straight down, come back around the backside, and then come back. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we normally do, because there's no number designations. The other thing you do got to note here is that the road is a little suspect. There are little potholes and stuff like that. All right, so the sites are coming up here on the right hand side here. Pretty big for most of anything to be in here. But you see how it's kind of like more like a potty kind of site here, where you could have multiple vehicles in there. So that's the first one on your left hand side here. You got another little site here with a steep grade, probably for a smaller trailer, or more likely a tent. You can see over here on the right by the road here, there's another little site back here. You got first porta potty station here. But you see how these sites are they're really open, because you got this site right here, and I don't know if it just kind of continues on the back side here. So I would kind of put that more as one site, or a site where you could have multiple people. Still coming on the right hand side by the road. I'm going to call this a site right here. Probably a smaller tent, smaller trailer, but you are right by the road. You can see these guys here got like a 20-foot rig in here. Looking pretty good, and you know, so you got one spot here, and then you can also have another spot right there for somebody else. So I love how big these sites are here. It is very rustic to the extreme. It's almost like BLM type of camping out here. They got this picnic table up here. I don't even think this is a site down here. It might be. You might be able to get like a car or something up there, or maybe a truck. I'd say more like a truck. Maybe up to a little site there. And then you got this site here on the right by the road. But good solar. You have solar, that's a pretty good spot. Come straight back in. Got a lot of area here. I think this might be another little spot here. I'm not sure. It's not really weathered down, so I don't know if it's just not used that much. But maybe you can get another rig in there. On this back site, these couple of sites back here, one, they're extremely private because they're a little bit bigger, and two, They're just kind of away from everything else. So you got this one kind of wrapped around this tree here. You can fit pretty much anything in here, especially if you go straight back here. 40-foot toy haulers, it's a dream. Then you got this other spot right on the other side back here. Great wide open area back here. If you're getting something out of this, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Let me know what you're thinking so far. Would you get down on this primitive camping? So on the right side here, another, I'm going to call this pretty much one site, maybe two. I'd say maybe two, but this is, you had 2 or 3 rigs in here. You can have yourself a nice little group camp. Most of these sites are set up like this. Then you got another little site here on your right. Now we have turned the corner. We are on the back side of the campground that runs across the river. So everything here will run adjacent or parallel to the river on the right hand side. Another little good site here. This is actually really long. You could put something really big in here, and it's a big wide open spot. You could probably put in a couple of rigs in here. Also right here we saw a 30-foot travel trailer in here, looking just good. Got to go to English class. It looked like it fit in there real well. The only thing is your livable side is out on this side. It looks like all your recreation is back over here, so there's no real way to get around that. That's just the way that site's orientated. Yeah, another little wide open spot here. This is going to get some great solar right in this little flat spot here. And you can see this is where we're at this weekend. On the left here, we got 2 rigs in pretty much one site. This has been a great site. You want to get some good solar. We got decent solar where we're parked now, but if you want the best solar, you want to be right in this line right here, and you're going to get all of it. A nice little tucked away site over here on the right. Still getting some good solar and some shade. These 2 sites I'm pretty much going to put out as the best sites in the campground. Right here on the right hand side, this thing is massively long. Probably not quite as level, looks a little side to side skittish, but it goes back there a ton of a way. You can put pretty much anything in here. You're going to open up right on the other side of there is the river. You're not like right on top of it. It's probably maybe 50 yards, but it is right there. This site right here, right in front of me, these 2 are the best. You could get multiple rigs in this guy. It's really deep, and you've got some access down here. Now, just to let you know, there is common access for the river down here. So if you're in this site or in this site and you think, oh, I've got a river spot all by myself and this is mine, it is not yours. All the river area is common here. So keep that in mind. If you're in this site, that is not specifically your portion of the river. So, but there are sites to kind of, there are ways to go between here so that you're not going through somebody's campground to get to the river. And there's some great sitting areas here. I'm gonna leave you a little bit of a picture here just as a teaser to show you kind of what that river looks like. It's really shallow. It's so good to wade in. If it's really hot outside, man, it hits the spot. On the left hand side here, this is probably about 2 or 3 different sites here, but you can see nice little group congregation going on in here. So this campground really caters to having this kind of group feel. You got another on the right hand side here, you got another one of these little community access areas to the little river there. It's not very deep, maybe up to your knees or so. It's good to wade in. I saw people down there crawdad fishing, if that's something you like to do. Here's another good little spot here in the shade. And we're still on this back straightaway, so everything on the right is on the river. So you've got these two spots here. These look like 30-foot rigs in here. Gonna have some decent solar throughout the day. Fairly flat. Got a nice little opening area. You can see these people here trying to enjoy the sunshine and enjoy that river. Good spot there. And I would say this is a little pull through right here. We'll pull through. I think you'd want to come from this way, put your livable area maybe out on that back side so you can kind of have a little bit of privacy. And this campground didn't fill up. Mind you, we're filming here middle of July. It did not fill up this weekend. There was a lot of people here, but it did not fill up. So give me a thumbs up, because I'm giving you guys intel into places where maybe not a lot of people go. So you know, show me some love. All right, on the right hand side here, another gorgeous spot. You know, 25-30 feet, and then it kind of wraps into this other site here that's open. You could probably do that on a tandem. You pretty much do whatever you want here. There's no real, I mean, like, you're not going into this tall grassy stuff, but if it looks like it's down, it's pretty much open. I mean, look how big this site is. I mean, they're packing up, but they had like 2 or 3 rigs in there. Now we're trying to bend on the backside, and we're turning up towards, you can see the road there, but we got these two sites here. This one here on the left looks like you could fit multiple rigs into. It's really deep. Group lovers paradise here. You want a little group spot? This place might be your jam. We're getting ready to finish up here. Sites are going to start coming up here on the right hand side. You can kind of see this wide open spot here. It's probably 2 or 3 spots, but it is right next to the road. So, you know, kind of take that for what it's worth. Not a lot of solar, got some good shade. And then on the left hand side here, it's another site that is fairly flat, but you aren't going to get that solar. So if you like the shade and you don't need the solar, that might be a good little spot for you. And another big, long, super long site here. These sites here are massive. You can fit whatever you want in there. And you got the chipmunks. Oh man, they were definitely out. The chipmunks are out here. Probably another little site there too. And then you come up here, got another little congregation of probably multiple, like a little groupie kind of site right there. Kind of comes back into here, and you could probably bring another trailer this way or that way. Who knows? You make it work. And then you got this little trailer here. That's an easy 30-foot spot, but it is on the roadside. But like I told you, the road is not as busy as most roads are back into some of these like national forest campgrounds. You can see, and it's slower. I think it's like 35-40 miles an hour, so it's not as fast. People aren't going to be jetting through here. Got another little site back in here, nestled up. We got another little one here on the left hand side, livable area out here. Great primitive camping. And then on the right hand side, the last site here next to the road. And You got this nice little open site here right in front of the porta potty, but you're gonna get all that traffic coming either direction. You could probably make it work. This is huge. Nobody was posted up here, and I can understand why, just because it's close to the road. There's not really a fire pit, but you can see how it's all trimmed down. I could assume you could put so many rigs in here if you wanted to. So what did you think about Twentynine Pines? The pros and the cons. Obviously you got, you know, cons for some people might be there's no hookups, there's no nothing, there's no dump. There is literally just a spot to park your trailer, but you do get that solar access, you do got that river access, and it is free, 90 free if you have a Discover Pass, which is only $30 for a year here in Washington. And you come out here, and most places you go to for $30, you use this pass for a weekend out here, you've already paid for that pass. So what did you think about this? Would you come here? Would you camp at a place like this with some uneven roads and, you know, got a little bit of traffic over here, but you got that awesome river access where you can go dip your feet in on a warm summer day? Would you come here? Leave us a comment, let us know. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that when we come out to boondocky places like this and we go riding around on some uneven roads and almost fall off the scooter here, you won't miss it during our campground reviews. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next adventure.